Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made these soft candied grapes. There's absolutely no hard shell. I absolutely love these. I have to run away from them because they're so good. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. First, you're going to start off by washing and drying your grapes. There's two ways that you can wash and dry your grapes. I did the vinegar and baking soda method, and then I rinsed it off with water. But you also can use the veggie spray. Either way works. So you want to make sure that your grapes aren't soggy. These are pretty much just like practice grapes. So some of these grapes aren't really up to par. So the candy I'm using for today is the hard Jolly Ranchers. But you can use any hard candy that you want. But I chose to use Jolly Ranchers because that is what I had on hand. And you can never go wrong with Jolly Ranchers. So next you're going to need some toothpicks. I use semi-long toothpicks. But you know, if you feel like you're a pro, you can use the shorter ones. It doesn't really matter as long as you have something to stick. And next you're going to use some water. And the last thing you're going to need is sugar. So, usually I'll use parchment paper or my baking mat, but all I had was foil, so that's why I'm using foil. But I recommend you to get parchment paper. And everything you need will be in the description box below. So, now I'm going to go ahead and take my toothpick and I'm going to stick it inside of my grape. As you can see, you should have it on the side where it does not have the hole. You're going to create your own hole. And you're going to see what I'm talking about in this next part. Basically, when you stick the stick inside of it, a little juice is going to come out. You can just grab you a napkin and you can dry that part up right there. So your grapes don't break down. And this is even when you're making hard candy grapes as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit that down on my mat. And I'm just going to continue to show you guys how to do the candy grapes. So as you can see, my stick did accidentally go through the top, which you don't want. So I just had to go ahead and reposition it. I am going to go ahead and show you guys a few more of me poking the grapes, just so I can make sure that you guys understand and you get it clearly. So once again, you're going to poke it on the side where it does not have a hole. You're going to be creating your own hole, and you're pretty much going to be filling at the top to make sure it doesn't go through. You'll feel it, trust me. So I'm going to do one more for you guys, and we're going to move on to the actual tutorial. If you feel like you got it at this point, you can go ahead and skip this part. But this is for my visual people because I am a visual learner, and I like to do things a few times before I get it, which is okay. So now I have my food processor. I will put the food processor that I am using in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead and add my Jolly Ranchers all to my food processor. And you want to make sure that you have an 8-cup food processor. Or you can use the Ninja. The Ninja is good as well. But I use my food processor. I stand by my food processor, and that's final. So to this candy, you're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. I've been adding sugar to my candy for a few years now. So that's pretty much what you're going to do. It's going to stop your candy from sticking together. And by the way, Jolly Ranchers do not have to be frozen before you blend them. So I didn't get me crushing it on camera, but you're going to post this candy like your life depends on it. You don't want to see any big chunks or anything. I just hold the high button. You can't see it on the food processor. but I hold the high button and I just let it go, 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 go until I get that desired look. Because what you don't want to happen, you don't want to have these big pieces and it's hard for you to actually cover the grape, because then it'll be all transparent and you won't be able to see it. It won't be pretty, it won't be nice. So just follow this step. Please make sure that you have a food processor, a blender, a Ninja, or something that can crush this candy up into fine pieces in order to get the look that you're going for. So now, after crushing my candy, I had realized that I should have posted a little bit more. You'll see it probably. I think I have a clip of me putting it in a bowl. Yes, here's the clip. So I still have little chunks of pieces, which it is fine because it still worked out. But you want it to be like very powdery. This is fine as well, but I like mine to be like, like powder. So this is a good consistency. This is what you should be looking for. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. So next, we're going to go ahead and start with the recipe, right? This recipe, you don't need that much because it's a simple syrup. And when you make a simple syrup, it doesn't, what am I trying to say? It doesn't get hard. That's what I'm trying to say. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 cup of sugar, white granulated sugar. And you're going to need 1 1/2 cup of water. Those are the only 2 ingredients that you will need. That's it. And once you add the water to the pot, you're going to go ahead and start your stove, hot plate, whatever the case may be. And you're going to put it on between, I think I said 7, 5. I think it's 5. Yes, it's 5, between 5 and 7. And you're going to let it come to a boil. And you're pretty much going to boil this mixture until you no longer see the sugar. That's all I can say. Yes, I don't recommend you to stir it, but if you still have those little bits and pieces at the bottom and it's pretty much finished, you can mix it around, but you don't have to, because usually every time I do this, it's fine. You know, it doesn't need mixing. Okay? So we're going to let this cook. So now that it is done cooking, you want to let it cool off for a few minutes. You know, you can't start dipping right away, but I recommend to let it cool off for about 5 to 10 minutes. So now that it's cooled off a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a very good technique that you can use for covering your grapes the whole way. So as you can see, I dipped my grape into the simple syrup, and I'm going to grab my spoon. And I'm pretty much going to just start spooning all of the candy over my grape. I like to use this technique because it ensures that I get candy on each part of the grape. You know how like usually you will do your candy grape mixture and it just don't be given. So this is a good method to know how to do, because it's going to ensure that you cover your whole grape. So I'm going to do a few more for you guys just to show you. So I'm going to tilt my pot to the side a little bit. And I'm going to dip my grape in there, ensuring that I cover it fully. Submerge it in the simple syrup. And then you're going to go ahead and start spooning the candy over the grape once more. So this is something I want to let you guys know as a disclaimer. These I feel like should be made when the customer is pretty much on the way. Even though they are soft candied grapes, at the end of the day, there is no hard shell candy protecting it. So it is kind of like water. It will soak up and the candy can appear transparent. But that is normal. You know, it's still edible. You can let the customer know that. And if they're fine with that, then you can go ahead and proceed. But like I said, a good tip, I would say, I haven't tried it, but I think it's a good tip. I would say to lay your grapes out on your parchment paper or your baking sheet and let it freeze, I'll say for about 30 minutes, so that candy can get hard on the outer shell. So when you start to package it, it won't be as wet. I hope that makes sense. I might do a video to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, but just let me know. But I'm just finishing this up. I made these grapes for myself because, like I said, I absolutely love soft candy grapes. It's a delicious treat to eat, a delicious treat to sell. And thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions and subscribe.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours.